Okay, so this is going to be my questions and answers part 2. And this is late at night, so I did actually hang like a blanket actually in the background, and I think it helps a little bit better with lighting. Again, if it's really bad lighting, I do apologize. It looks good through my camera until sometimes I put it through iMovie, and then it's just really like not good color at all. But so, yeah, just gonna get started. I also have problems with iMovie letting me upload any longer than 15 minutes for some reason. So if this cuts off, then I'll just put up a part 3. So I apologize again for that. I probably look like a hot mess. My hair's kind of flat and not cute, but oh well. Just gonna get started. How long have you and your husband been together before you got married? We dated, I guess, for 5 years before we got married. Do you regret any tattoos? I'm going to answer that actually in my tattoo video. Is Caitlin your daughter? She was Mark, which was our best friend's stepdaughter, and he passed away actually, and she's always kind of been, we always say she's my adopted daughter. She's lived here, and I've, raised her pretty much and gave her advice and things like that, and she looks at me as mom, so I guess I always will, say she's my daughter, but no really relation whatsoever at all. I love her to death though. She's my girl. I asked how old she was. She's 17. You should do a video with your hubby. I actually just told him this. I try to get him in videos all the time, even in like my daily vlogs, and he doesn't mind me doing YouTube videos, but he's not a YouTuber himself. I don't know. I don't know if he just doesn't like watching himself back or if he's not comfortable with it. But he said he is a busy man and he will try to get a YouTube video up. That's what he said. So I will try to do a video. Maybe I'll do another question and answers video maybe for the both of us. Just kind of keep it short so he doesn't get bored. Maybe I'll do that. That sounds fun. How old are you? I am 28. Why don't you get your period? I watched it in your purse video and asked. I'm on actually the NuvaRing, so I use that continuously so I don't get my period. But even when I do get my period, like normally, it's only like a day, if that. I'm really, really light. So when I started on that NuvaRing, I just don't get it. Some people said they're scared or whatever because of not getting their period or whatever, but you can use that continuously, and that's with like any birth control. You can use it with the pills. With the NuvaRing, really anything. You don't have to get your period. Medically, you're fine. So you can talk to your gyno, but my sister actually works for one, so. What is your diet and exercise? I seen you in real life, and you're so tiny. Wondering if I know this person who asked that. My diet and exercise, seriously guys, is a joke. I've got asked this many of times, and anybody that knows me in real life knows or knows how I grew up or whatever. I was always super tiny. Like even in high school I was really, really tiny. I was like 70 pounds and I couldn't gain weight. So I was always had like the opposite problems. Like I would eat all kinds of high food fats and just not exercise or do anything. Like to this day I still eat a ton of junk food. Like if you guys would really see what I would eat, you wouldn't understand why I wasn't like 500 pounds. Seriously, I eat all kinds of stuff, nothing really too healthy. I don't drink milk, water, or anything like that. I don't exercise. I might take the dog for a walk here and there in the summer, but I'm sorry you guys, I'm not the right person to go to for exercise advice because I never had to worry about that. And I think a lot of it's really hereditary, and I think that goes with pretty much, a lot of people. Right now I guess my metabolism's good, but my mom, she's in her 60s and she's really tiny, so I look just like her. I don't know if you've ever seen any pictures of my mom, but me and her actually look exactly alike. So I just never really had to worry about that, and I hate answering that question because I know some people will just, don't like to hear that, but some people struggle with weight gain and some people struggle with, losing weight or things like that. So I was just on the complete opposite side of that. So I just never really that's something I never had to worry about, and I'm very thankful for it. And I'm sure there's amazing videos on YouTube like with diet and exercise, but I just have no idea. I don't even know how many calories you're supposed to actually have a day. So if you know that, leave me a comment, because I actually don't. I have no idea. So I know I'm going to get a hater comment on that, but I just That's the honest to God truth. I never had to worry about that. Is your hair naturally black? I don't know if you can tell. My hair's a hot mess right now, but my roots come down to like here. I dye it black, but it's like maybe a shade lighter than black. It's really, really dark, you know, maybe like a brownish black naturally. I do have a lot of gray hairs, and I just kind of like to keep up like the color and shine, so that's why I dye it. But it's pretty dark. Will you do a house tour when you're moved into your new house? I have been doing clips here and there, you know, from when we got the property and slowly building it and things like that. We're painting in the process in the kitchen and things like that, so it's really fun. And I'm going to upload a video soon, maybe of decorating and things like that, like the process going on, decorating, and then I will do a complete house tour when we do get moved in, hopefully, fingers crossed, by summer. Your kids are going to have a great outlook on life. How do you stay so positive? That was a sweet comment. I try to keep my kids well-rounded and try not to judge people, because I think that's really how everybody should have an outlook on life. Sadly, they don't. How I stay so positive, I'm not sure. I just always keep in mind that you're only responsible for your own actions, and as long as you're happy with yourself and your loved ones, you know, your close loved ones are happy with your actions or whatever, then that's pretty much all you can do. You're doing the best that you can do. You're never going to make everybody happy in life. It's just never going to happen. And I think as long as you have, you know, good morals and things like that, you'll go far in life. So, you talk about your nan and pap a lot. I know because I'm on your Facebook. Do you have a mom and dad? I do have a mom. I had a dad, but I guess it's a long story. I never called him dad. I was raised to call him Grant, actually. But my mom, yes, she lives by my nan and pap. I've always been closer, kind of my nan and pap. And I don't know, I guess my mom was an alcoholic when I grew up, and she's doing a lot better now. But she was never really the mother figure to me. I was more taking care of her sometimes. I hate to say that, but I love my mom to death. But my nan and pap are my rock. They're definitely my life. Best movies? This was a hard question to ask because I don't really watch, to be honest with you, a lot of movies. My husband and I will rent them, but I'll normally end up falling asleep before it even starts. That's sad. I just don't have attention span, I guess, when it comes to movies, unless it's something that I've been really wanting to see. Like I just watched Beverly Hills Chihuahuas 2. I mean, that was cute. Newer movies, I have no idea. Old time, for some reason, Titanic stands in my mind as like an old favorite. And for a funny one, Super Troopers. If you guys never seen that movie, it's hilarious, but it's an older movie too. And then Marley and Me, some reason, stands out. It's really sad. What do you watch on TV? If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, you guys pretty much know what I watch. I like 16 and Pregnant. I just always had like a connection, I guess, with that show. Pretty much on anything on MTV. I'm really looking forward to The Real World coming out. I love The Real World. Any kind of reality. I'm a reality nut, so I like Holly's World. I like the Kardashians. I don't know. Shows that I watch with my husband, I guess, would be like that Repo Man shows. I'm like a TV addict. Like, seriously, I'm always watching TV. 16 and Pregnant, do you have an advice? I do. I'm going to do that in a different video, okay? Because it's going to be too long for this one. But I got asked, actually, that question as well for my advice videos. So I'm going to cover that in a different video. Tattoos, same thing. If you had a house fire, what makeup would you grab? This comment, or this question, I guess, really got to me. We did have a house fire a couple years ago, and my husband, way before me, had a really bad, actually, fire, and his legs caught fire, and he was in the hospital for months, and, you know, he had third-degree burns all over his legs, and it was really bad. A couple years ago, we had a house fire, and I was cooking, and, you know, I mean, it was an accident, but I still, you know, sometimes some have like a guilt, I guess, that it was my fault. I don't want to cry on you guys, but anyway, I was cooking and everybody was sleeping. Caitlin was here, thank God. It just caught fire. It was grease, and all the flour and everything was behind where the fire was. And my first instinct, like as a mom, was, oh my God, everybody's sleeping. Just get everybody up and get everybody out. And that's what I did. Caitlin grabbed Kevin, and I threw Aspen at Caitlin, and I just told her to go. I said, just go over to the neighbors. And my husband's kind of hard to get up. And I got him up, and I was on the phone with 911. I remember I was outside, and the fire alarms were just going off like crazy. And he ran back in, so I'm screaming at this 911 guy, poor guy. I'm screaming the address, and I said, oh, I gotta go back in. And he's like, ma'am, don't go back in. And I just hung up on him, and I left my phone outside, and hoping they had the address to get here. It just happened so fast. So I ran in, and it was just like, by this time, just filled with like thick white smoke. I couldn't see. I'm screaming, you know, the fire alarms are going off, and I couldn't see where he was at. And I see him carrying this pot, like, and the flames are like to the ceiling, and he's yelling at me to try to, you know, move. And he ran out and threw the pot outside and had the fire out before the fire company even thought about getting here. And you know, I don't even remember, but I remember going back into the bathroom and seeing just, you know, skin on his arms hanging down. And I felt like so bad because I thought it should have been me. But you know, it's, I guess, first instinct. Everybody thinks of something. This is off the question, but everybody thinks of something first. My instinct was to get everybody out, and I guess the guy's instinct was, you know, hey, let's put the fire out. And I still feel bad, like, this day. But, you know, I guess everything happens for a reason, and I'm thankful everybody, you know, didn't get hurt as bad as I'm sure what it could have been. And I'm thankful for my husband. I love him to death. So, you know, that was hard. But makeup wasn't even going through my mind right then. That's why I started my collection over again. But anyway, do I pluck or tweeze my eyebrows? I pluck my eyebrows. I was in a car accident, and I have like a scar on my eyebrow and underneath it. It's this one. And underneath it. So it doesn't grow, really. And I hate the look of filled in eyebrows. They look fine on camera or whatever, but in person, for myself, I just don't like filled in eyebrows like that. You can tell they're penciled in or whatever. So I mean, I've always had thinner eyebrows, and I just pluck them. I pluck them like every other day, every 3 days, something like that. I try to. Sometimes, a lot of times, I slack off. How old is my husband? He's 36. He'll be 37 in July. A DIY soon? Yes, I promise I will get a DIY up soon. And perfect Subway sandwich. This was a fun question. I'm a pretty simple eater. I like the cheese and Asiago, I think herbs bread. And I like turkey breasts, like American cheese, lettuce, and a whole bunch of mayonnaise. That's pretty much what I get there. But I like their steak and things like that too. I hate ordering something new and being afraid that I'm not going to like it. But yeah, I love Subway. How many kids? They said 2. Life story under a minute. I'll do in a different video. Pepsi or Coke? I would say Pepsi for sure. I don't care for Coke at all. Favorite food? I would say probably tacos. I could eat tacos pretty much every day. I like chicken. I like pretty much anything, really. Favorite restaurant? I like Cozumel, or like the Japanese steakhouse. It's like Hibachi Grill. We like that a lot. Favorite drink would probably be Monster, or anything from Starbucks. And am I getting any more tattoos? Yes, I am soon, so I might have a vlog on a tattoo. And I think that's all I wrote down. Sorry I got carried away on the like fire question. I didn't mean to like get all upset or anything, but yeah, that question just kind of got to me. But you guys are amazing. You guys think of really good questions. I'm going to have one more video probably of answers. I'm going to put my FormSpring link in the information box, along with Twitter, Facebook, and things like that. FormSpring, I'm going to open actually a new one, and it's going to be for advice. So if you want advice on a video and you want to ask anonymously, you can hit my FormSpring, and then I will upload a video of what I think